Good morning. We're going to expose about fair trade. As a group, we're conformed by myself, Andres Lopez.
My name is Juliana Lomia.
Good morning, my name is Luisa Villarreal.
My name is Maria Fernanda Spinel.
So, international trade is born from the difference in the production capacity of each country, based on the number of resources with which each of these comes with. These import and export activities are based on different trade theories. Throughout time, there have been many commercial economic theories that are based on cost, expenses, and utility. Currently, there is one model that is based not only on economic growth but also on the responsibility that the entire commercial process brings. This is what fair trade is based on. So, as a start, I'm going to talk about mercantilism. There is an economic theory from the 16th to the 18th century that is pursued in the national wealth and power based on the increase of the exporting activity and the collecting of precious metals. In this theory, the most important thing is to export more and import less. So the mercantilism involves a restriction on imports, accumulation of foreign currency reserves, granting of state monopolies to particular firms, especially those associated with trade and shipping, subsidies of export industries to give competitive advantage in global markets, and government invest in research and development to maximize efficiency and capacity of the domestic industry. Related to the absolute advantage, this is an ability of individual, company, region, or country to produce a greater quantity of a good or service with the same quantity of input per unit of time than another entity that produces the same good or service. So the absolute advantage itself is the ability to provide those type of services or product, taking into account the quantity, the quality, to provide the best support to all the clients of the company.
Comparative advantage. David Ricardo affirms that a nation can import a goods that can be the product is more expensive. It is still more productive in the production of the other goods. The difference between absolute advantage and comparative advantage is that the theory is based on the production of another hands between nations. For the other hand, we have factor proportion theory. The theory is based on the production of elements such as land, labor, natural resources, and capital. They are the primary cost for production. In this way, countries benefit for abundance and agree to export the goods they produce.
When it comes to modern theories, we can talk about country similarity, that has the idea that countries with similar qualities are most likely to trade with each other. These qualities may include level of development, saving rates, and natural resources, among others. In this theory, the most important thing is that the economic actors with similar qualities want many of the same things. There's also the theory that's called product life cycle, that's used by management and by marketing professionals as a factor in deciding when it is appropriate to increase advertising, reduce prices, expand to new markets, or redesigning packaging. In this theory, the most important thing is that products have a life cycle that is broken into four stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline.
Global strategic rivalry. Focus on strategic decisions that firms adopt as they compete internationally. In order to stay viable, firms should exploit their competitive advantage globally and try to keep it sustainable. In this theory, the most important thing is that firms should develop some sustainable competitive advantage, which they can then exploit to dominate the global marketplace. The last theory is Porter's national compet- competitive advantage. The theory that suggests that countries can create new factor advantage for themselves, such as a strong technology industry, skilled labor, and government support of a country's economy. In this theory, the most important thing is that it is designed to help understand the competitive advantage that nation pose, and to explain how governments can act as catalysts to improve a country's position in a globally competitive economic environment.
So, to continue our presentation, we're going to provide some results and benefits about the fair trade. As a start, we're going to choose as a team two per person, and we're going to mention a few things about them. The first one is opportunities to commerce and trade. The fair trade provides diverse economic opportunities which support sustainably the model workers and farmers that produce good sales. Fair trade enterprises and cooperatives create safe and productive work. Fair pricing protects workers and farmers from predatory economic practices. Retailers help to connect to consumers. The second one is the option to grow. Inclusive economic growth, sustainable livelihoods, food security, decent work, gender equality, thriving communities, and ecological balance are the items that exceed this item and provides uh, great advantages to the fair trade itself.
Number 3, social responsibility, respect workers, right warrant, fair wages, and good working condition prohibit child and slave labor and even promote environmental sustainability through the production for this production. 4, good working condition, their fair trade that a person has in his work with the proper legal protection in both safe and health.
Number five is about safe and productive work environments. That basically says that businesses should get places or work environments that help employees to be productive and focus on how they can be leads on innovative ideas based on high demand products or services. Number six is about fair pricing. The price equilibrium, the first thing that can be given for a product, taking into account the process it had on its realization.
7. Fair profit distribution. To understand and acknowledge the creditor of each part and compensate them properly for their efforts, knowledge, and materials provided on any project. 8. Ethical way of doing business. Respect the employees' rights and is aware of taking care of the environment throughout the entire productive and commercial process. The proper management of waste, water, and energy is a must.
To conclude our presentation, we're going to provide some international examples about fair trade, such as Chick-fil-A, Kit Kat, Starbucks, and Whole Foods. This concludes our presentation. Thanks for watching, for listening, and hoping to have a beautiful night. So goodbye, all of you. Bye.
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 Bye.